Hey everyone, this is Dusty Reins, and I am currently in the small town of Nazareth, Texas, in West Texas, and it's approximately 60 miles southwest of Amarillo, Texas, where I am, where I'm from. And I'm in Nazareth due to the annual German Fest celebration. That's right. This is a German community established by a German immigrant many years ago. I don't recall all of the details about the history of the community, that type of thing. Maybe I can find somebody who does know those details to share it with us a little bit later on. I looked up on Wikipedia, and it says that the population of Nazareth is somewhere around 300 to 350 people. That was in the census of 2010. Now it's 2020. But I've seen a lot of new construction going on in town, so there's things happening. Now, I'll give you a quick view here. I was attempting to do that a while ago, got distracted, and this is more or less what is considered to be the downtown area. Now, you will know that there's a heck of a lot of vehicles that are parked up and down the streets here. Pardon my camera movement. I'm not used to doing this, folks. It's something a little bit new. But I wanted to share with you some of the unique celebrations that go on in my part of the country. Normally you would not see this many vehicles being parked around in Nazareth, Texas, because, like I say, it's a very small community. You can probably tell that some of these buildings may be a little bit old, and, well, Germans are pretty good about preserving some of their history and heritage. Over here, we're coming close to a beer garden set up, and there's live music going on over there. I don't know how much I'll be able to record in here without getting some sort of copyright strike on YouTube, but you can tell people are enjoying themselves visiting, probably tasting some beers, one thing and another. I may have to mute the audio on this so that you can get an idea of all of the fellowship that's going on here. All the festivities are still continuing over at the beer garden, and I just wanted to show you folks the community hall. Now, this is a location where there is a huge sausage dinner that is a major fundraiser, has been for many years, and is a staple of this whole celebration. And that is already over with. It's a little bit later in the afternoon. Everybody's been fed, but I thought I'd give you a little peek at this small little car show here. Some classic and vintage vehicles. It's really hot today, and one thing that they have added onto this building since I've come here is this outdoor dining area where people can sit in the shade and eat their food. In the past, it's always been indoors. Well, I'll tell you what, everybody, I've had to kind of get away from the beer garden area because it's very difficult to talk to people and capture some of their stories, because all of the music being played over there has copyright protection in one form or another behind it. And big tag, as far as YouTube, music industry, they insist on getting a piece of the pie on what I'm trying to do here in trying to document and revealing a little bit of information about this unique German community. I'm at the museum, the Nazareth Museum, as you just noticed. This is very sad to me because this building used to be like a focal point of the whole purpose of this community in celebrating its German heritage. There were admittedly some old-timers that were involved in dressing up and clothing from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. They would have agricultural equipment, farm animals. It was sort of a living history display that was going on around this building, where they demonstrate how to shuck corn with machines that do not exist any longer. Many of those machines were operated by very primitive engines, tractors, or even by hand. Hay cutting and baling. Out in this area that I'm walking into, there would be lots of pens of farm animals like goats and sheep and other types of animals that people would use in this community back in those days. Well, none of that is available now. A lot of that living history demonstration that used to be available out here is no longer available to the younger kids that are growing up in this community today. They are not seeing that living portion of that history that helped to build this community. This is heritage lost. This is America losing its connections to the people that first came to this country and this area, that he'll help to build the ideals and principles that have led up to what our country has been built up to. Now all that's gone. I've had to avoid the beer garden because of all the copyright stuff, as I said before, because hear too much of it in the background, YouTube is going to ban it, censor it, force me to censor it, and that's a shame. We always hoped that America would grow into a better America, but I'm not so sure that the American dream has been sidetracked, taken away from us. I did have some good conversations with folks in the beer garden area. Got information on developments as to what's happening in the community. There is a lot of new construction. I've noticed on the way down here, and I've been coming here since about 2003, that there is a lot of new wind farms in the area. Found out that there is a $1 million home which has recently been built due to the leasing agreements to place those wind farms on the land in which he owns. Used to live out in the country. Now he's got one of the biggest homes in town. Just between you and I want to know where America is headed. The people in this country have contributed not only to the production of nutrition for the United States, Texas, but also around the world, plus growing textiles in the form of cotton. They helped feed or help to clothe the world. There are other aspects of this community that I think are worth bringing forth to reveal a little bit about our changing America, perhaps changing values, ambitions, dreams. I think I'm going to have to come back and talk to some community leaders and people who have been involved in reshaping this community. But there's another aspect of this community that has been very popular throughout the years, drawing folks from big towns like Amarillo and Lubbock to the south. And I'm going to cover that a little bit later. Watch for that video. And I've already gotten some notice that even that celebration has changed somewhat as well. Hang in there. We'll keep discovering this changing America.